The clock reads 1:45 a.m., or maybe it's 3:07 a.m. You know that exact moment. The deep sleep you finally found is instantly interrupted. That insistent internal pressure. You have to get up again. This cycle is the silent destroyer of quality sleep for millions of people over 60. We call it nocturia. It's the medical term for waking up multiple times a night, specifically to use the bathroom. But you don't need a complicated word to describe the frustration. You know the feeling. The cold floor under your feet, the groggy walk down the hall, the immediate struggle to fall back asleep once you return to bed. Sometimes you succeed quickly, but usually that brief trip has fractured the deep restorative phase of your sleep. When this happens 4 times a night, or even 3, it's more than just an inconvenience. It steals your energy. It weakens your immune system. It dulls your memory. And it makes the next day feel like an uphill climb. Today, we are going to break that cycle, and we are going to do it without prescription pills, restrictive diets, or expensive equipment. We are going to address the root physical cause of most fluid-related nocturia in seniors. It all comes down to gravity and timing. During the day, as you are sitting, standing, walking, and living your life, gravity is constantly pulling fluid downward. This fluid collects slowly in your lower extremities, your calves, your ankles, and your feet. This is why you often notice a bit of swelling or tightness in your socks by the evening. It's normal. It's a natural process that happens to everyone, especially as our circulation slows slightly with age. The trouble begins when you finally go to bed and lie flat. When you shift from vertical to horizontal, gravity is suddenly neutralized. All that excess fluid that was pooling in your legs is now free to move. It quickly flows back toward your core. Your kidneys, which are the body's processing plant, recognize this sudden influx of fluid and immediately start working overtime to flush it out. The kidneys are simply doing their job. But the timing is terrible. They begin this massive processing effort right when they should be quiet and letting you rest. This is the exact reason why many of us wake up 2 hours into our sleep, needing to go urgently. We gave the kidneys too much work to do at the start of the night, so the solution is not to drink less water during the day. That is dangerous. The solution is not to ignore the problem. That is impossible. The solution is to change the timing of the fluid shift. We need to manually pump that pooled fluid back toward the kidneys before we lie down for good. We want the kidneys to process that daytime accumulation while you are still awake, maybe while you're watching the late news or reading a book. If the kidneys finish the heavy lifting early, they will be calmer, quieter, and less active throughout the crucial sleeping hours. This proactive approach requires just 2 simple movements. They are non-strenuous, entirely safe, and require 0 equipment other than your own bed. We call them the pre-sleep leg presses. You will perform these 2 gentle presses right before you turn out the light. They are specifically designed to empty the fluid reservoir in your lower legs, essentially performing the work of gravity for the night while you are still awake. Think of these 2 movements as a simple nightly circulation assist. The entire routine takes less than 4 minutes to complete, and the difference it makes in your sleep quality and your ability to sleep straight through to the morning can be immediate and profound. Before we begin the movements themselves, let's quickly discuss safety and preparation. Since we are addressing circulation, comfort and alignment are key. You will be performing both of these exercises lying down on your back. We recommend doing them directly in your bed, as the familiar surface ensures stability and comfort. If you have severe joint pain, or if you have had recent surgery on your hips, knees, or back, always consult your physician before starting any new routine. However, these movements are slow, controlled, and involve very little weight bearing, making them highly accessible for almost everyone. We are going to start with the first movement, which we call the gentle heel scoop. This move focuses on activating the large muscles in your calves to start the fluid pump action. It is the foundation for successfully emptying those lower leg reservoirs. Get comfortable. Lay flat on your back, knees bent slightly if that helps you relax. Make sure your head is supported. In the next part, we will detail the precise position and movement patterns for the first crucial press. Ready to change how you sleep tonight? Let's begin the gentle heel scoop. If you've stuck with us, you already know the real enemy of deep sleep is not necessarily your bladder itself. It is gravity. Let's quickly understand the mechanics we are fighting. This knowledge is key to why our two little presses are so powerful. Think about your daily routine. From morning until evening, you are likely sitting or standing. Maybe you're cooking, watching television, or enjoying time with grandchildren. But for most of the day, your body is upright. Gravity is relentless. Over 8, 10, or 12 hours, the fluid in your body starts to pool. Where does it pool? The lowest points: your ankles, your feet, and the bottom half of your lower legs. If you press your finger lightly into your ankle at the end of a long day and you see a small indentation stay there for a moment, that is fluid retention. That is the water we need to manage. Now, imagine what happens the moment you climb into bed. You go from vertical to horizontal. The water that has been pooled down low finally has a clear path. It begins rushing back toward your core. This rush happens rapidly, often within 30 to 60 minutes of lying down. When that fluid reaches your chest and core, your body's automatic sensors panic slightly. They detect a sudden surplus of volume. Your heart and kidneys receive a clear message. Too much fluid is returning. We must get rid of this excess volume immediately. The kidneys begin producing urine aggressively. This is why you wake up exactly 1 hour after falling asleep, feeling a powerful, urgent need to go. It's not your bladder failing you. It's your body normalizing the fluid shift that gravity caused during the day. We solve this problem by helping the fluid shift before. The kidneys are actively processing it. We need to manually pump that fluid back toward the core while we are still awake and vertical or just sitting up. We are essentially pre-draining the reservoir. Our routine consists of 2 simple, quiet movements you perform just seconds before your head hits the pillow. You need absolutely no equipment. You only need a sturdy surface to sit on. This might be the side of your bed or a stable chair. Do not do these exercises lying down. You must be seated with your legs either extended or hanging down slightly. Let's walk through press number 1. We call this the deep circulation starter. This exercise targets the calf muscle, which acts as the largest single muscle pump in your lower body. Sit comfortably on the edge of your bed. If sitting on the edge is unstable, sit in a firm dining chair facing forward. You may keep your shoes on if they are supportive athletic shoes, but for the best results, kick off your slippers and shoes and keep your socks on. Extend your legs out in front of you, supported by the mattress, or keep your knees bent at a slight angle if extending fully is uncomfortable on your lower back. The movement itself is simple, but the pace is everything. We are going for power, not speed. Begin by slowly pointing both your toes straight away from your body, as if you were trying to touch the wall opposite you with the very tips of your feet. You should feel a tightening, a sharp squeeze in the back of your calf. This squeeze is crucial. Hold this contraction for 1 full second. Now, reverse the movement. Pull your toes back toward your shin bone. Pull them back so far that you feel a deep stretch in the Achilles tendon and the back of your heel. Pulling back should lift the ball of your foot slightly off the floor or mattress. Hold the pulled back position for 1 full second. That is 1 full repetition. Push away, pause, pull back, pause. Why the pause? Because that deliberate contraction is what maximizes the pressure and forces the fluid upward. We are squeezing the calf muscle like a sponge filled with water. Think of it this way. When you point your toes, the calf muscle shortens and pushes the fluid up toward the knees. When you pull your toes back, the calf muscle lengthens and sucks more fluid in from the feet, preparing it for the next upward push. We are going to perform 3 sets of 20 repetitions each. This takes time. It will take about 4 to 5 full minutes for this first press, but it is 4 minutes that buys you 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Let's start the first set now. Find your rhythm. Push and pause, pull and pause. As you perform this, pay attention to your breathing. Keep it slow, deep, and steady. Inhale as you push, exhale as you pull. Do not rush. If you rush, you risk cramping, and more importantly, you won't generate the necessary pressure needed to effectively mobilize the retained water. If you have arthritis in your ankles or feet and the full range of motion is painful, Simply reduce the distance you move your foot. Even a small, intentional squeeze is better than nothing. The key is the muscle contraction. If your legs start to feel warm or slightly fatigued, that's a good sign. It means you are increasing blood flow and circulation. You are actively priming your system. Complete those 3 sets of 20 repetitions for the deep circulation starter. Take a 30-second break between each set. You are not running a marathon. You are preparing your body for a restful night. Once the 60 total repetitions are complete, your calves should feel lighter, and you may even feel a slight coolness in your feet as the heat and pooled blood move upwards. This initial pump has done the heavy lifting, but we still have press number 2 to perform. This second movement is designed to use a much larger muscle group to deliver a final, powerful thrust of fluid directly toward the kidneys, making the entire fluid management process efficient before you even close your eyes. We will introduce press number 2, the final movement in our routine, in the next segment. Stay tuned, because mastering the second press is the key to sealing the deal and reclaiming your sleep tonight. Welcome back. We are now ready to tackle the solution head-on. We understand that your body has spent 12 or 14 hours fighting gravity. All that daytime standing and sitting pushed fluids into your ankles and calves. Your job, right now, is to gently help that fluid on its journey back up to where it belongs. This is why timing is everything. Do these 2 presses immediately after your final evening activity and just before your head hits the pillow. Forget about strength training. Forget about speed. We are focused on slow, deliberate fluid relocation. We call this the pre-sleep fluid reset. We start with the first step. Find a comfortable, sturdy surface. Your bedroom floor or the edge of your bed works perfectly. Make sure you will not slip. Safety first, always. We call this first exercise the single leg compression press. It is designed to squeeze the primary water storage reservoirs in your lower body. Lie down flat on your back. Keep your head on the pillow or the floor. We are going to work one leg at a time. Bend your right knee slowly. Now, grasp the back of your knee with both hands. Gently pull your knee towards your chest. Only pull until you feel a comfortable, easy stretch in your hip and lower back. This is not about pain. This is about pressure. As you pull the knee in, you are gently applying pressure to the major veins in your groin area. This action acts like a funnel. It guides the accumulated fluid out of your leg and into your core circulation. Hold this squeeze for a slow count of 10. Breathe deeply while you hold it. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Remember, the deep breathing helps your body move the fluid too. Now, slowly release the leg back down, straight onto the bed or the floor. Give your leg a moment to relax. Repeat this movement on the right leg 4 more times. 5 total presses on the right side. Take your time between each one. If you feel dizzy or strained, stop immediately. After the 5 presses on the right, switch to the left leg. Bend your left knee, grasp the back of the knee. Gently pull it towards your chest. Hold for 10 seconds. Release slowly. Repeat this 4 more times. 5 presses on the left side. You have now performed 10 total compression presses. Congratulations. You have successfully nudged a significant amount of fluid out of your calves and feet and into your bloodstream. Now, the real magic begins. This fluid is currently circulating. We need to speed up the process of filtration before you fall asleep. This leads us to the second most critical exercise. We call this the elevated calf pump. This exercise uses your body's natural muscle activity to act as a powerful pump. It sends the remaining fluid quickly back toward your kidneys. You need a slight elevation for this. Scoot close to the headboard or stack 2 firm pillows at the foot of your bed. Your goal is to get your feet and ankles slightly higher than your heart. This helps gravity work with us for once. Lie back down comfortably. Your legs should be straight, resting on the pillows or the elevated surface. Now, we are going to focus only on your feet. Keep your legs relaxed, flex your feet, point your toes back toward your head as far as you comfortably can. Feel the stretch in your calf muscle. Hold this position for 3 seconds. This is the squeeze part of the pump. Now, slowly point your toes away from your head, reaching them as far as they will go. Hold this position for 3 seconds. This is the release part. This rocking motion is critical. Every time you flex your foot back toward your head, your calf muscles contract. That contraction powerfully pushes the stagnant fluid sitting in your lower leg veins upward. We want to perform 20 full slow pumps on both feet simultaneously. That is 20 flexes toward your head and 20 points away from your head. Do not rush this. Rushing this ruins the effect. A slow pump cycle should take about 6 seconds total, so 20 pumps will take you about 2 minutes. Use this time as a meditative moment. Focus on the sensation in your calves. Focus on your breathing. You are actively solving your sleep problem right now. You are done when you complete the 20th pump. That's it. That is the entire pre-sleep fluid reset routine. The entire routine, the 10 single leg presses and the 20 elevated calf pumps, takes less than 5 minutes total. Do not wait half an hour afterward. Do not watch television afterward. This must be the absolute last thing you do before you turn out the light and attempt to fall asleep. The fluid you just relocated needs time to be processed by your kidneys. Your body needs about 30 to 45 minutes to filter that fluid. If you perform this routine at 9:55 p.m., by 10:30 p.m., your kidneys are doing their work. You might find yourself needing to urinate one last time right before you settle down for the night. This is expected. This is the goal. You are taking control of the fluid flow, forcing that fluid out while you are still awake and mobile. This single, deliberate trip to the restroom is your ticket to uninterrupted sleep. In the final part, we will discuss exactly what you should expect tonight and in the coming week. We will cover how often you need to perform this reset, and we will look at a few simple environmental adjustments that will maximize the power of these two exercises. Stay with us. Now we move straight into the second most powerful step. This is the move that truly activates the calf and hamstring pumps. We call this the fluid squeeze bridge. This exercise is designed to mimic a powerful upward squeeze, taking fluid that might be sitting around your ankles or calves and pushing it back towards your core and kidneys. Do this while lying down, ideally on a firm mat beside your bed, or even directly on the mattress if it is supportive enough. You will need a small, firm pillow or a rolled-up towel. Place this directly under your heels or the arch of your feet. You want your knees bent, with your feet flat on the floor or mattress. Ready? Let's begin. Slowly, gently, press your heels down into that pillow or towel. As you press, you are subtly lifting your hips just an inch or two off the surface. This is not a deep bridge. It is a slight lift focused entirely on tension. Feel the deep contraction in the backs of your calves and the backs of your thighs. Hold that gentle squeeze for 3 slow counts. 1, 2, 3. Now, slowly and smoothly, release the pressure and lower your hips back down. The slow, steady release is just as important as the contraction itself. This action acts like a manual pump. When you squeeze, you are pushing fluid against gravity toward your heart. When you release, you allow fresh blood flow into the muscle area. Again, press down into the surface, engage those hamstrings, feel the calves work, hold it steady, release slowly. Many people tend to rush the physical movements they do before bed, feeling exhausted or distracted. Do not rush this one. Dedicate the proper attention to this press. The difference between a rushed repetition and a thoughtful, controlled squeeze is the difference between failure and success in eliminating nocturia. Let's perform 15 repetitions of this fluid squeeze bridge. That's 5. Squeeze, hold, release. That's 10. Breathe deeply as you press, exhale as you release. Remember, the body recognizes deliberate, sustained muscle action, not frantic bouncing. We want controlled pressure to move pooled fluid. You should feel warm in your calves by the time you reach 15 repetitions. This means you have successfully activated the circulation. Now, rest for just 30 seconds. Shake out your legs gently. We are going to perform one more set of 15 repetitions. Consistency is the secret sauce here. 2 sets, every single night, right before you settle in. Begin set 2. Press down, hold 3 counts, release. As you perform these final repetitions, let's talk about the total time commitment. We started with the simple seated calf flexes and pumps we discussed earlier. That took about 2 minutes. This fluid squeeze bridge takes less than 3 minutes, including the rest break. You are investing 5 minutes of controlled movement to purchase 6, 7, or even 8 hours of uninterrupted, deep, restful sleep. Think about the trade-off: 5 minutes standing or pressing versus waking up 3 times, stumbling to the bathroom, dealing with the anxiety of not falling back asleep, and suffering through daytime fatigue. The choice is easy. 5 minutes for profound relief. Finish strong. Last 2 presses. Squeeze hard but comfortably. Excellent. You have now completed the entire circulation routine. This is the 2-step sequence that must become your absolute last act before sleep. Not checking your phone, not reading a book, but performing these 2 leg presses. Once you have completed both sets of the fluid squeeze bridge, you are done. You are ready to get into bed immediately. Do not stand up and walk around the house afterward. That would allow gravity to start pooling fluid again too quickly. You have just successfully drained your lower extremities. Get comfortable and close your eyes. You might find that you feel a slight urge to visit the bathroom within the next hour or 2, immediately after falling asleep. This is good news. It means the routine worked perfectly. The fluid you successfully pushed out of your legs is now being processed by your kidneys. This initial early night bathroom trip, if it happens, clears out the retained fluid load. It is the final flush of the day. After that point, your bladder should be managing a normal nighttime load, allowing you to sleep until sunrise. If you are currently waking up 4 times per night and you manage to reduce that to 1 immediate bathroom visit and then sleep straight through, you have achieved a tremendous victory for your health. Listen carefully to your body over the next 3 nights as you implement this protocol. Do not worry if the results aren't perfect on the very first night. Your body needs a few days to adjust to this new fluid management strategy. Stay consistent. Every night, 2 exercises, 5 minutes. If you miss a night, your body will revert to its old habits. Make this routine non-negotiable. It is vital for your long-term sleep and heart health. The anxiety about waking up is often as debilitating as the wakings themselves. Imagine going to bed tonight knowing with confidence that you have done everything necessary to ensure a truly deep, healing sleep. That confidence alone is transformative. This routine gives you that control back. It puts you in charge of your nightly rest rather than letting your bladder dictate your hours of waking exhaustion. This is the key to unlocking consistent, quality sleep starting tonight. Stay tuned because in our next crucial segment, we dive into the one often missed nutritional factor that sabotages even the best nocturia routines and how a simple change at breakfast can double the effectiveness of these leg presses.